Good morning. My name again is Hei Penim. I am the president of a nonprofit called Faith and Community Empowerment, or FACE. We strive to bring the face of God through service and lift those who are faceless. This year, we commemorate the 20th anniversary of our organization. And I think from the beginning, part of the reason why we started our organization is that my parents were in ministry. But because of so much need in the congregation, in the community, that they ended up really becoming unpaid social workers. So my mom and dad, beyond preaching the gospel, leading people to God, they were helping people with jobs, with housing, driver's license. And for all that they did have, they did pretty good. But I saw their struggle. And in my heart, I always carried this desire, could there be a better way? And I grew up and I got to know First AAPI Church, a very prominent African-American church in town. And by them partnering with the broader community through their affiliated nonprofit, they were able to leverage their offering of $3 million with an additional $12 million and just have this amazing impact in terms of the kind of resources that they could provide to the community. And beyond that, I think the partnership is really relevant right now in our current racial tension and everything else, that through the partnership, it really creates mutuality. And I saw that as a very powerful model of how our society can run. And in my heart, I thought, could there be a better way? Could we bring this to our community? And a lot of miracles happened. And in 2001, our organization formed. We've had 800 plus partners from White House to Fortune 500 companies. And I have to say, when we first started our organization, we hosted a conference with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. 350 Christian pastors from the Korean community turned out. We put ourselves on the map. But in the aftermath, when we tried to pursue opportunities, I learned as an Asian American that there was no line for us to stand in. Because of the model minority myth, there's this perception that we are doing well and we don't need any help. But under the umbrella of the AAPI, there's over 50 groups, 20 countries, 100 languages. And so if you were to break down, there's a lot of subgroups that are hurting and need help. And so one of the initiatives that we have pursued is in jobs. Currently, everyone needs jobs, but because of the pandemic, this past year, Asians were one of the first to be hurt because of the coronavirus being referred as Kung Fu virus and others. And I know that Supervisor Hilda Solis is here, but the support from elected officials to say it's not just something that came from somewhere. It's not us. We're here. We are all fellow Americans. And so many of them have been disproportionately impacted in terms of disease, infections, job losses, small business closures. And so again, we've been on this path, and I am so grateful, so excited to announce today this AAPI Youth at Work Career Pathways Initiative. I know that the county recently announced some initiatives to really look at the inequities that Asian American community is facing here in our county. And so again, this exciting opportunity to help youth 14 through 24 with $15 an hour. And it's not just that they get paid for 120 hours, it leads to a potential opportunity for a year-long internship, full-time, higher pay with all the county benefits, and if they succeed, a potential opportunity to be a full-time employee at the county. So again, it's an exciting opportunity, very excited and grateful that we could bring this initiative in partnership with the county. And at this time, I want to introduce the chair of the Board of Supervisors. I had the opportunity to know Supervisor Hilda Solis way back. She may not remember when I was a member of KAC, and I believe she was at this time the State Assembly. And then eventually she went to many other positions to the Secretary of Labor, U.S. Department of Labor, where we brought some Korean pastors and the opportunity to again advocate for the AAPI community. Then and now she has been a champion, and again I really appreciate her friendship, commitment, especially to serve all communities, but especially, again, this opportunity to connect and serve the AAPI community. Supervisor Solis, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. It's a real pleasure and delight to be here and to stand amongst our AAPI leaders. And you remind me, going back to the days in the 90s when I started my career in the state legislature representing the San Gabriel Valley,
Yes.
which I would say 25% of the population was API. And some of you recall the great leaders that have come out of there. Congresswoman Judy Chu, her husband also Mike Ng, we have Ed Chow, and so many people that we collaborated with.
Yes.
So it was always about coalition building, whether it was on redistricting and creating more seats for API. Our history goes back together. And again, today is no different, because today it's still about the struggles, and I think it also has to do with, as you stated very eloquently, this whole perception that that the model minority are the API community. And having represented the area for so many years, I saw poverty in our households in El Monte and South El Monte, in Rosemead, Vietnamese, Cambodian, Chinese, people who were barely coming into our country that didn't know how to even navigate our public health system as well as our social service system. And many immigrants, and I can reflect on that too, we are not always apt to ask for help. And you only go to people that you trust. So I think developing this relationship on a stronger basis with the county, and particularly with WDACS, the workforce, our workforce investment agency, is going to be critical, because we have so many young people that I know are looking at what their future, what that future looks like for them. And the pandemic really did hit everybody unequally, and it really created a lot of gaps in our community. So while people may think that the API community is doing okay during coronavirus, no. We saw many people that were still reluctant to get vaccinated. We still see it, and we know many are still faced with food insecurity. And I can tell you, having sponsored many events throughout the district, in Monterey Park, El Monte, South El Monte, and other places in Rosemead and San Gabriel, where we would have many families representing the API community who would come by to pick up food and substance for their children, as well as for the elderly. And I'm proud that we were able to do it with all of our social services that the county brings. And I think that's probably one of the best things that I can tell you. The second best thing that I really care about is youth at work. And this was long before I became Secretary of Labor, because I know, as someone who had her first job, when I was, I think it was 14 and a half, I was, you know, big family, wanting to help out my mom and dad, and heard about a job opportunity. And while in those days it paid minimum wage, it gave me my chance to really feel how important it was to have my own paycheck. And after working several hours, and during the summer, and I was a recreation aide, what did I know about that? I learned a lot. I learned interpersonal skills. I learned about dealing with the public and how to work with the supervisor and be in charge of something and be responsible. And it gave me an opportunity to really come out of my shell. Believe it or not, I was pretty shy. You wouldn't know that now, but all those steps and exposure, I think, help young people gain the confidence that they need. And I know that it's going to be hard, because there are going to be limited jobs for many young people unless you have experience. So this is a good opportunity to put on your resume after 120 hours, getting paid minimum wage, which is not bad, $15 an hour. And then if you're interested in becoming a part of the county family, or even with the private sector, because we have partnerships with nonprofits, the private sector, as well as with the county, it can lead to a very fulfilling career. And why not take advantage of that? And I'm really happy that that we have our staff here, Otto Solorzano, who we're going to hear from, and our elected officials that are here as well. Jason Poo, who's here representing San Gabriel, and also we also have Mike Fong, who represents the LA Community College District and has just been a strong advocate for API issues, and of course yourself. And I really am pleased that we're here. I want to tell you though that there are a lot of myths out there.
That's right.
And in fact, you hit on many of them already. But I just want to tell you that in our terms of representation of the API community in the youth programs, I think it was only 3%. Which you have to wonder and scratch your head, why is it so low? It's because people probably don't understand that there's a process to go through, and it isn't all that difficult. And these jobs are open for many people. In fact, the API community represents 15% of our youth population, so why are only 3% coming forward? So this is a way we can partner. We can go out to all parts of LA County, because jobs should be available for everyone, and especially for our immigrant youth who right now are coming out of the pandemic having fear. They're hearing it from their families, from their elders, because of the hate that has been going on, and you spoke about it, and it's still there. We still get reports, but we want people to speak up. And we want people to understand that the county has an obligation to work and represent and protect people, but also provide them with jobs. And that's what we want to move forward with. So I'm wholeheartedly supportive of the program. I worked very hard to see that we could get $20 million. And we do it annually. And this program is year-round. It's not just a summer youth program anymore when I started. Now it's year-round because it pays dividends. And that money goes right back into our communities when we know that small restaurants and mom-and-pop facilities have gone broke. Many of these youth perhaps maybe worked with their families. Now they'll have an opportunity to work somewhere else and gain experience and then be ready to come back and contribute. And we come back more. I know you're going to hear more about this from Otto, who's going to speak to you in more detail about it. But I just want to say that this is probably one of the highlights for me during the summer, is to announce when these programs are up and running, and that we need more participants, and we need our leaders to speak about the program so that more youth will be enticed to come and participate in the program. So the ages start at what, 14 to 24?
Yes.
So you can be a teenager and an adult, and you can even be a parent. Think about it. I mean, if 21, if you have a child and you're going to school or whatever, we need you to be a part of the program, because everyone could contribute. So there are no, in my mind, there really aren't any barriers. So again, I just want to thank you for having me here. I'm delighted, and again, want to applaud you and all the organizations. And I think we have a certificate that we want to provide you with, because I know that you've been at this for a long time.
2 years.
Well, longer than that, but
Yes, that's true too.
on behalf of the county, I do want to present this to you and the organization, Faith, Community, and Empowerment, because that's exactly what the I think ingredients are that we need.
Yes.
That we need today more than ever as we come out of the pandemic. So thank you so much for everything you do and your staff and all the partners. Thank you, and God bless.
I think,
Can we get one?
do one more?
Yeah.
One more?
Can I get a shot?
Is it okay?
Just really quickly, right over here, sorry. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, sir.
This way.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, very
Thank you,
good.
Supervisor.
You're welcome.
Again, 20 million, that's
That's not,
Yeah, that's wonderful. And actually, this program, students can renew every year. So that is something very powerful about this opportunity. As mentioned, the model minority myth, for the Korean community, we have the lowest homeownership rate of any group. And so again, I think people are shocked. So when we again disaggregate the Asian data, you'll see a lot more truth in that area. I'd like to invite next the interim director of WDACS, or Workforce Development, Aging, and Community Service. I had to work hard to do that. With Otto Solorzano, I have to say that 2 years ago, when we brought this issue to light, as mentioned by the supervisor, even though the API community represents 15% of the county population, only 3% of the participants are AAPI. Something is wrong, right? And so we brought this to Otto's attention, and I have to say, in that meeting, he said, yes, let's do something about this, and encouraged me to be on this pathway. It took 2 years, but we're here, and I have to say, this is one of the first historic, really, moments where the county is really being intentional with the AAPI community. So thank you. Please, Otto, please join us.
all right.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the invitations, and thank you for the partnership.
I want to start by acknowledging Supervisor Solis. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your empowerment of the program. You've been one of the greatest supporters, and as a result, we've been able to do so many things in the county. Thank you so much. I love the partnership. I think we're going to do so much. I want to say to everyone, this is an incredible program. We know that it's not just a job. We call it career pathway because we want to make sure individuals that come into our program have the opportunity to grow. Employers want 4 things from individuals, primarily from youth, and for anyone who is entering the workplace. One is academic skills, the ability to read and write. Secondly, to have a skill. We encourage any of the youth that come with us to learn a job, to go to community college, to go into an adult school. We know that education is critical for kids to move on. But as they enter their first job, one of the main characteristics is employers want individuals that are able to work with others. The ability to be with other individuals, to talk about what is going on. And as a result, any of the youth that come into our program go through training so they know how to do that. And the very last one is employers want individuals that say, yeah, I'll show up, I'll be here. And that is a great opportunity for them to get the new skills they need in order to get jobs. We have partnerships with nonprofit organizations, with government. We just talked about what the county provides. And in fact, we have opportunities for them to learn and be with Parks and Recreation, for them to be with the Internal Services Department, where they can learn information technology, and many other industries that are with the county, including public health, health services. So we like to encourage all youth, AAPI youth, to join this effort. And I just want to say this is a great opportunity. I am so impressed to see so many leaders in the county, leaders in industry, just like what Supervisor said, that went through this program. That is the beauty, because the first job can become an open door for them to enter into new opportunities in their own lives. So thank you for the partnership. We're so delighted to be with you and make sure we bring more youth into this program. We're targeting 3,000 AAPI youth to participate in our program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Out of 10,000, 3,000 is pretty good, right? Thank you. And at this time, I would like to show a video of one of the past participants that have been part of this program. Her name is Helena Ho, and she is 18 years old, a first-year student at Cypress College and East LA City College as well. So let's hear from her experience.
Hi, my name is Helena. I am 18 years old, and I intern at the Alhambra America's Job Center office and Old Navy location as a sales brand associate. I've been working at the office for about 4 months now, and the Old Navy for about a month. I applied to the Youth at Work program because I wanted to gain more job experience in the workforce. I've been looking for jobs since junior year of high school, and I felt that I was lacking the necessary experience to apply for some of the jobs I wanted. And when I realized that I could potentially work at some of the job sites that I wanted, such as office, retail, I was super on board. And working at the office, I did so many tasks. I did filing, paperwork, working at the copy machines, answering customer phone calls. And at Old Navy, I served customers, displayed products, stock clothes, and did running. And I learned a lot from both work sites. I learned how important customer service is to these companies and how important communication is and maintaining good integrity. And being in this program, it has made a really big impact on me and my future. I've learned the necessary skills I would need as part of growing up, and I really believe that it is super essential for every young teenager who wants to find a job to partake in the program, because it really helps develop those valuable life skills that you would need. And I'm super glad I get to work within this program, as I've learned so much from coming here.
So I want to say again, contrary to the model minority myth, there's so many Asians who also just need life skills, professional skills, and so this opportunity is going to open that door. I don't know that many people may be aware that even though Asians, if you do it in the aggregate, have the highest educational attainment rate doctorate, PhD, master's, whatever. But the latest studies, I believe it's Pew, show that Asians have also the lowest rate of being promoted into management. And so in that way, mentorship, access, these kind of experiences are so critical. And so we're very excited and pleased that we will be partnering with the LA County Asian Employee Association to provide, on top of the job experience, some additional mentorship and leadership development opportunities. And so that's why this is called the AAPI Youth at Work, to provide some of that hand-holding, because a lot of times they may get lost on their own as well. At this time, the part of the process of how students can apply is 2 or 3 steps for it. It's not difficult, but one of the places that they will be connecting with after the submission is with one of the American Job Centers. And so in that way, one of our organizations, we have Dion Wiltshire from MCS to just share a little bit about that process. And before he does that, there are, again, over 700 employers in terms of the slots that are available, from county to the 40 departments, fire department, DA's office, perhaps the supervisor's office, parks and recreation. All right, okay, we have a commitment there. I'm serious, to all the different private enterprise offices and nonprofits as well. So this is an opportunity for Asian nonprofits and Asian businesses to also sign up to be a placement site as well. So with that, Dion, welcome.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Dion Wiltshire. I'm the Business Service Manager at the Hollywood WorkSource Center. The youth program is a wonderful program. I myself, because I manage the center, I act as a supervisor for some of these youth that actually come into our center to gain experience. A lot of them are very green, don't know how to work, like let's say a fax machine or just various like office tasks. So it's a great place to just learn like office etiquette, interaction with like the public, stuff like that. The WorkSource Center is just one of the sites that the students can go to. As mentioned, they can go to like sometimes the city parks. We've also have like women's centers that they get to work at as well, and actually some of the various boys and girls clubs throughout the city. Depending on where they apply and the place that they go to would be where they would work at. So. Again, just a great opportunity, $15 an hour, 120 hours. I mean, it's a great intro for, youth with no experience. Like Haven mentioned, there's like 700 different locations that they can choose from, and we'll go over that in just a few. Okay.
Great, thank you so much, Dion.
Thanks.
At this time, I want to invite Mirabelle from our office to be able to share, if students are interested, where should they go? Where do they sign up? And so, Belle?
Good morning, and thank you for joining us to mark this incredible opportunity for the AAPI community. My name is Mirabelle Johnson with FACE, and I will go over how interested candidates can apply for this initiative. Interested students can submit their preliminary interest form by visiting our website, www.facela.org. Once students apply on FACE's website, we will be contacting the candidates for an orientation to help walk through this county's application, give guidance on different job sites available to them, and ensure they are set up for success. The county has over 40 departments, including the district attorney's office, the supervisor's office, parks and recreation, and more. In addition, there are also, as previously mentioned, 700 private sector sites available, including nonprofit sites such as our organization, FACE. And the full list will be available to view on our website, www.facela.org, after this press conference. In addition to the job training, we are pleased to have our partnership with LaSea to supplement the internship program with the Leadership Development Mentorship Support Program to provide additional guidance for success. Qualified students will have the opportunity to first complete 120 hours of training and completion of a paid internship at the site of their interest with a rate of $15 per hour. For interns who are placed at LA County departments and successfully complete the 120 hours, they will have the opportunity to apply for a one-year full-time job with the county with full benefits. After this completion, they may qualify to become full civil servants for the county. Once again, this program is open to youth ages 14 through 24. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Belle. And so one group of students will be students who are college age, and we are very honored to have Mike Fong, who is the trustee for the LA County Community College District. Mike Fong.
Good morning, and thank you so much, Haypen, for that warm introduction, and thanks for all your leadership and efforts around youth programs, creating opportunities for our young people in the county. You've been there since day one on these issues, and thank you so much for all your leadership. And thank you to our amazing supervisor, Hilda Solis, for your amazing leadership and efforts around the AAPI Youth Work, and all the opportunities you've provided for all the young people in the San Gabriel Valley and the County of Los Angeles for many, many years. Supervisor Hilda Solis has really been the champion on our Board of Supervisors on Summer Youth Employment Program, on year-round youth employment program. And if you heard on this amazing program here, as trustee for the Los Angeles Community College District, representing 250,000 students across 9 campuses, including students at Los Angeles City College, not too far from here, and students at East Los Angeles College in Monterey Park, serving the San Gabriel Valley. There's an amazing opportunity to get students, AAPI youth, to be involved in this amazing program. And we'll be spreading the word on behalf of the district to all our campuses to engage our students in these amazing opportunities. We know the power of work to transform young people's lives and to transform the lives of their families and their communities. And that first job can lead to a ripple effect to get that job with the county, with the city, with the rec and park, with the city of San Gabriel, with any amazing entity here in the public sector and private sector, and with the leadership of Alto, who's been a big partner with our LA Community College District over the years. Alto has come to many of our meetings at LACCD to really build up those partnerships, and Supervisor Solis has placed an American Job Center on the East Los Angeles College campus. So it's all this synergy in making things happen for our young people. And when we look at a lens of diversity, equity, and inclusion, to really ensure that our AAPI youth and our communities have the opportunity to participate in these amazing programs. Let's spread the word, let's get the word out there, let's make this happen. And thank you so much again to the City of San Gabriel, to the county, to Haypen, to FACE, to Alto and WDACS, and to all our partners, MCS with Dion, to everyone for making this happen. We're proud to partner in these efforts, and we look forward to creating amazing opportunities and to embrace the hopes and aspirations of our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I want to say that I learned a lot on my first job too. I was at a credit union, and what I learned and observed was that a customer would complain, and then perhaps there might be something that they weren't satisfied with, and they would say, I want to talk to the supervisor. And the supervisor would show up and pretty much accommodate. So I learned about fighting, right? Speaking to power and demanding a service, right? Better service as well. As mentioned by the supervisor, one big area where Asian community reside is in the San Gabriel area, and we are very honored that we have 2 representatives from the City Council. So we have the City Council member and former Mayor Jason Poo to come and share a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. It's a great honor to be here with Supervisor Hilda Solis and with Faith and Community Empowerment. Thank you for the invitation, Haypen. I'm Jason Poo, Council Member for the City of San Gabriel. And as the supervisor and others have mentioned, this West San Gabriel Valley is one of the few areas in the entire country that is majority API. In fact, our population is 55% API, and of that, probably about 35% of our overall population is foreign-born from various API or Asian Pacific Islander countries. And so, as has been said, you know, this is not just an issue that is, it's an issue that is prevalent throughout LA County, and we have many communities in the San Gabriel Valley that can absolutely benefit from this program. And that's why I think that it's so important that we do give our youth the opportunities to gain the skills, the experience, and the relationships that they need to succeed. And that's why I'm proud to be here to support this program. That's why I've been proud to also, bring young people and onto my team and summer internships, some of whom are now working at the ACLU or the Department of Justice. I'm very proud of those individuals, and also proud to bring a diverse and talented young group of individuals onto my own team. So I think that providing these opportunities, providing the experience, providing the relationships that our young people need, particularly for a lot of our disadvantaged communities, is the pathway to success and the pathway for our communities to be able to rise up and bring the rest of the community with them. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and we will work hard to get the word out about this program throughout the San Gabriel Valley, helping to connect with other nonprofits, with our school districts, and I think that the more we can get the word out about the program, particularly within the API community, the better off we will all be. Thank you so much.
I'm wondering, maybe your office could be a placement site. Is that a possibility?
We could definitely, look at that, and because I think that we are always in need of young people, and particularly those who are bilingual, have bilingual capability to serve our community and foster that communication between government and the community, so that we know and understand what they need, and so we can provide better service.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So we will follow up.
Absolutely.
Right? Thank
Please
you.
do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And also then we have the current Vice Mayor, Tony Ding, from the city of San Gabriel. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, President, and the Supervisor Hirasaurus, and my colleague Jason Fu, my friend Mike Fang. Okay, it's an honor to be here. Actually, I not just the Vice Mayor for the San Gabriel. Okay, I also involved our Chinese community and other organization, especially for the IPAC or 4A. We from 20 years ago. Actually, we already the communities. I'm first generation immigration, but we want to support our first, second generation, the teenage people. They have the opportunity to have the public service. So we have some program. It's every year we have some program increase the youth to go to the Hirasaurus or judicial office or MIT office to the internship. But the position it's limited, right? It's not. But I glad that the Supervisor Hirasaurus bring this program through our county, and they also hear about it annually year round to do that. That's good. That actually, every year our organization, most of the first generation, the immigration, but every year we do the event. We not just like celebrate, but we also fundraising for the youth program. And the youth program, they internship. If it's a volunteer job, we still use this kind of fundraising to like a stipend to pay them. It's more than 20 years. But right now they have the $15. It's really, so it's for me. It's very exciting. And my organization is same mission, same goal. So if possible, how can we partnership with the face and the county to let this kind of wording spread out, especially because we have most organization it's the first generation they speak Chinese, but I can help to outreach for the Chinese community to my organization to do that too. Okay, let me know how to do the become partner, and hopefully from our Chinese community, I hopefully like they are Mike Fang, Jason Pu. That's it's a good role model for it's already for the and the youth people they involve our public service. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, we have also Reverend Wen-Shik Myung. He is the president of the PAVA, or Pacific American Volunteer Association. They actually have youth all over the county, really providing a lot of service activities, but this will be a paid internship opportunity as well. So, Mr. Myung?
Everybody, good morning. I speak in English more not better. Korean is better. Thank you. Thank you, Supervisor Solis. Nice to meet you. Everybody, 의원님들 감사합니다. 저희들은 한인 청소년 단체로서 이번 이런 프로그램을 마련해준 이매빈 회장님에게 정말 감사하다고 생각합니다. 저희 한인들은 아직도 미국 주류사회에 많은 참가를 못하는데 그런 기회를 주신다에 대해서 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
Thank you. So basically, you know, as a youth service organization, I'm very thankful to HAPNM and FACE for really allowing and providing access to this type of opportunity.
저희들은 이 인턴십 프로그램을 통해서 우리 학생들이 많은 유스트 학생들이 정말 미국을 배우고 미국 속의 주류를 가르칠 수 있도록 저희들이 그런 발판을 마련해 줄 수 있는 하나의 계기가 있으면 좋겠습니다.
It is my hope that this internship will be a platform, a pathway for our students to know America and to actually enter into mainstream America.
이번에 여기 오신 의원님들 사무실에서 저희 학생들도 인턴십을 할 수 있는 기회를 주셨으면 감사하겠습니다.
And it's my hope that all the elected officials here will open your doors to place interns in your offices for our students.
오늘 이 자리를 마련해서 다시 한번 감사드리고 저희 한인 커뮤니티의 많은 청소년들이 정말 열심히 이런 인턴십에 참여하고 미국 사회에 같이 갈 수 있도록 저희들도 노력하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you again for this opportunity to allow our students to enter into mainstream America, and we'll do our best to help spread the word. Thank you. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone. If there are any questions, we could take a one or two. If not, then we'll just take individual interviews. Any? Okay. Well, thank you so much. 감사합니다.